Good evening, everybody. Welcome to your Tuesday evening Facebook Live. My name is Sarah Edwards. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I come to you guys live every Tuesday and Thursday at 7 to show you a fun new project. So hopefully you guys had a good day. I definitely did. I got all of the videos I needed to get done. They were done this morning, emailed out, so that I can check off of my to-do list, which is a good feeling. I was able to get all of my packages in the mail, so many of you will be getting lots of surprises in the mail in the next couple days. And I was able to get, I would say, 75% of my Christmas cards at least cut. They are not done, they are not put together, but they are at least cut. I have probably, I don't know, maybe a lot of embossing and die cutting to do still, but it is kind of a light at the end of the amazing, gorgeous tunnel that I love. I always love to send cards. I send birthday cards every month. I try to do Halloween and Thanksgiving, but sometimes I get a little overwhelmed and can't get those out. But I do send out quite a few cards every single month. I think it's kind of silly if you really think about it. I do Facebook Lives, I do classes, I do retreats, and then I don't send any cards. I just can't fathom that idea. So I practice what I preach and send cards. So I'm super excited to get my Christmas cards out in the mail. Last year, I actually had them all done, addressed, and waiting for the mail for December 1st. That's when I tried to send them out. And last year, I totally did. But I forgot that we didn't have our family photos till like December 13th. I was like, I was so irritated at myself. So this year, our Christmas photos are way early, and cross your fingers, I will have them in the mail by December 1st. So that was my day, all in a nutshell. Hopefully, you guys had a good one as well. Good evening, Heather and Darlene. Welcome. So today's project is totally inspired by my grandson. So many of you know I have a 2-year-old grandson. His name's Lucas, and we've been spending a ton of quality time together, and he is so stinking cute. Right now, he is in like kissing the ouchies or kissing the boo-boos. So I always tell him that I have an owie right here, so I make him kiss me. I know it's a terrible thing, but I love it, and I'm going to continue to do it as long as humanly possible, as long as he'll let me. But on Saturday, we had, or Sunday, I can't remember what day it was, we had our pumpkin patch photo shoot. And I meant to print them out before I ran all my errands, and I totally forgot, so I didn't print them. But I do have them on my phone, so I'll show you. But if we're friends on our personal Facebook page, then you have already seen that I've changed my profile picture to the one of the three of us. So long story, so sorry, I usually don't ramble this long, but today's card is inspired by him. So hopefully you guys enjoy it. Let me point you over and we can get started. I'm going to make sure we are live on my Facebook, which I think we are, but I've got to pull it up and there it is. Okay, if you're just logging on, say hi so I know you're here. I will bring in my phone first. I know it's kind of weird to see pictures on a phone, but this is my grandson and this is the little photo shoot that we did. We're not really at a pumpkin patch. It was a screen print kind of thing. So there's that one. There's the three of us. Oh, he is so stinking cute. And then there's my husband and the grandson. So that is what inspired me to do this card. Thank you, Darlene. So this is the bundle we're going to be using. It's called Pick of the Patch, and it has a matching punch to it. Literally, if there is a punch with a matching stamp set in the catalog, you can for sure know that I will be getting it. I love punches, and I love that it has the matching stamp sets. So that's the set we're using. And then I decided to bring in some of the Bones, No Bones About It, Them Bones designer series paper. And yes, 99% of it is Halloween, but this design definitely can be used for fall, pumpkins, or Halloween. So that's the designer series paper I'm going to be playing with. And let's bring in the card. It is very simple, very cute. Very duplicatable and very easy. Love it all, right? So let's bring in the colors. So I have Cajun Craze and Pumpkin Pie, two very fun fall colors. I have the larger pumpkin and then the smaller pumpkin. And the sentiment is right here. And I didn't want just a normal piece of paper. So I brought in the Cheerful Daisy dies. They have this super fun little die right here. And I actually used this on the videos that I did this morning for my gift card holders. That's the one that I used as well. So I brought that in, an embossing folder, some ribbon, and our card base. So in the description, I did the card base as 4¼ by 11. But as I was looking for my scrap papers to cut the little pieces, let me pull it in. This little piece, I was looking at my scrap bin. I found a piece that is 4¼ by 11. So you can actually do this card either direction. So we have 5½ by 8½ scored at 4¼ This one is 4¼ by 11, scored at 5½. So you could do this card either way. So if you do have a scrap pile, a scrap folder kind of per se, definitely look in there to see what you have and use up these scraps. I am a firm believer in using up scraps. So that being said, I need to get a piece of Very Vanilla because I didn't have any more scraps. So now I'm going to have to cut a piece. And yes, I'm just cutting it in half. I am not going to do anything fancy with it. So here is a piece of pumpkin pie. It measures 5¼ by 4. And I went ahead and ran it through the embossing folder. This is a 3D embossing folder. It's a 3-pack. So I just lined it up right at the top of the line, ran it through, and it gave it this nice kind of, I don't know what they are, but it's super cute. And it gave a little bit of texture to my paper. Here is my designer series paper that is 2 inches by 5 inches. So it's a very simple card. I'm pretty sure I have made this kind of design more than once, but it's kind of nice to see it with different paper and different inks. So it's kind of fun just to see it all a little bit different. So there is that. I'm going to bring in my ribbon. So this ribbon is a little bit more coarse than we're usually used to working with. So I am going to leave an extra gap on the end. And I think I'm going to go ahead and use 2 mini glue dots on each end. It probably is overkill, but it's a little bit thicker. And I tried to tie a bow with it, and there was no way a bow was going to work. So I'm just going to wrap this around. And I am going to cut off a little bit more than I usually do. Have you ever done that and then almost gotten your fingers? That's happened more than once to me. And those are some pretty sharp scissors. So let's hope that never happens to anybody. So I'm going to go ahead and put 2 on this end as well. There we go. And for this one, I'm going to go ahead and use the 4¼ by 11 inch piece. So line up your edges, grab your bone folder, give it a good crease, and we can glue this guy down. Really, the star of this card is the pumpkins. And I'm going to put lots of adhesive on this one. Not too much where it's going to eke out, but I want to make sure it's down good. The star of this card is the pumpkins that we're going to put at the bottom. So there we go. And I am going to go ahead and put my punch on top of it. And I'm just going to scooch it over so it can dry a little bit and we can start working on our pumpkins. Actually, I'll probably need the punch in a minute, but that's okay. So I am going to go ahead and stamp. I'm going to do 4 of these pumpkins. 3, 4. Good evening, Debbie. Welcome. So I'm going to stamp 4 of those, and then I'm going to rotate this, and I am going to stamp 4 of these ones on this side. And you don't need this big of a scrap piece, but I didn't bring any over, so I just had to quickly run in there and grab a piece and chop it in half. But we are going to trim this a little bit because it's not going to fit in our punch. So I'm just going to come in and cut off the edge so we can get it to fit. So there's that. And then I'm going to do this side. So definitely use your scraps up. I have actually used all of my very vanilla scraps, so that's why I didn't have any. But I did forget to bring them over. Let's do our sentiment while the punch is still on my card. I'm pretty sure it's dry at this point, but might as well get our stamping done. So you are the pick of the patch. So this is going to be my grandson's probably Halloween card. I don't know. I have another cute one that I want to give him. So maybe I'll just send them this one because I love them. Okay, so let's go ahead. And I like to hold the punch with my right hand because I am right-handed. So I'm going to line this up and punch. So there's one. You do get some shrapnel when you do it this way, but if you're not making a mess, that means you're not crafting. And I know that from experience. If you would see my dining room table right now, yeah, you would wonder if we ever ate at it. And we really don't. Thanksgiving and Christmas, and if we do family dinner, it's the only time we use it. So I don't have to have it clean all the time. And I need to hold it from the other end. There we go. Okay, so there's those 4. And then let's go in with this. You see why I cut the strips down? Because I knew it would fit a little bit better this way. So there's 1, 2, and there's a couple different stamps in here that you could put a face in the pumpkins as well. So I think for 1 or 2 of them, we might do the little face. So let me grab 2 of these pumpkins and 2 of the smaller. And this one I'm going to scooch over for the next card. And in here is the little jack-o'-lantern face. So I think I do want to pull him out and stamp a little face on here. Let me peel this off the block, pick this one up. And I don't have black with me or mementos, so I'm just going to go ahead and use Cajun Craze. This is a last minute addition to the pumpkin. But I really think the Cajun Craze is going to look cute as well. So there's that. Should we do faces on the little ones? Let's not. Let's see what 2 look like. We can always do more if we need it. Okay, so let's bring in our card base. And what I did is I put these 2 down and then I popped the center ones up. But I kind of think I want to pop the smiley faces up. So let's pop these 2 up first. We're kind of just making this up as we go. So there's that, and then we will put those guys down. But I did forget, we need our little stems. So you can stamp and then punch them out if you wanted to. I didn't want to stamp them, so I'm just using the pop outs for the stems. Let's see if we can find them all after all this shrapnel. Okay, let's get rid of, there's 3, there's 4, and we'll get rid of all of this. mini glue dots. Let's put these guys on. And you could use, if you don't have any Cajun Craze cardstock, you could use any of our browns would work as the little stems. And I never know which way they're supposed to go. So I know one way is an apple, one way is a pumpkin. I don't know. It's cute, so do whatever you want. Okay, so there's that. There's this one. And sorry for my nails are so bad, but I'm trying to wait till Natalie's wedding to go. So I think we're going this weekend or first thing next week. So don't look at my fingernails. They actually won't be on for very much longer because I'm heading back to work. So there's this. Okay, so let's put these down. I think right there should be good, and we're going to pop these two up on the end. I might scooch this one over just a smidgen. So I'm going to put adhesive on the back. I'm going to put this one right there. And this one is going to go to the right. And then hopefully I left enough room for these guys. Hey, I did pretty well. And then let's grab some dimensionals and we will put this on. There we go. And there is a cutie patootie, or cutie pie. Cutie patootie is not. A sitcom host used to say that all the time. And I think I'm going to try it. We'll see if it works. If not, it's just paper, right? We can redo it. So I'm going to take Cutie Pie and I'm going to stamp him on there. Okay, kind of cute. I actually really like it. So glad we did all of that. I love the little faces. So you could do this any way. You can have them just normal pumpkins, or you could have the little faces. I think the next one, I'm going to stamp the face and have the cutie pie in there as well. So, okay, let's do one more. So let's do face, cutie pie, face, cutie pie. Or, I don't know. Let me just grab some ink and I'll start stamping. I was trying to do them off-centered a little bit. So let's see what we can come up with. So if we do a face on this one and that one, and we can do cutie pie on this one and that one. Okay. Super cute and different. So you never know where your card is going to go if you just kind of sit and look at it. So hopefully I have enough to get 4 more stems. I think I have another piece over here. So let's cross our fingers. Okay, so when I say save your scraps, this is probably a little overkill. We don't need to save that. Okay, last one. There we go. Grab the mini glue dots. Put this on. So if you're local to kind of Phoenix area and you want to do your little family photo shoots, I have the perfect lady who does them. So you can definitely reach out, and she does them all season. So all different seasons you can get them. She's the one that did our Christmas pictures. She'll be doing our Christmas pictures this year as well. but my friend Jessica referred her to me and she's been amazing. There's that. And then the last one. I don't know if you guys can see my desk underneath me if the camera goes that far down, but it is a hot mess over here. All the little shrapnel pieces. Okay, let's glue this together. And then we'll wrap the ribbon around. And just for time purposes, I might just flip this over and add some tear tape to it because our tear tape is super duper sturdy. And I don't think we'll have to put 2 glue dots on there. So if you don't have any mini glue dots, you can definitely use tear tape. If you don't have tear tape, just use a couple extra mini glue dots. Just don't set this back down on your table or your work surface, otherwise it's going to stick to it and then you're going to be frustrated. Now let's cross your fingers that I don't do that after I just said not to. There we go. I will bring in my silicone mat and set it down on my silicone mats because nothing sticks to that. It is spectacular if you're using a hot glue gun with it. Nothing will stick to it. I haven't done that in a while. Maybe I should go back into how you can make your own gems out of your hot glue gun and your blender pens. I have not done that in a while. Good evening, Monique. Welcome. So now let's see how we want to put our pumpkins. We might do them a little bit different. Oh yeah, that is super duper cute. So I think I am going to pop this one up. So this one's going to get popped up. This one's going to get glued down. So let's glue this one down. Pop this one up. Hello, Jessica. Welcome. This one's going to get popped up. And this one's going to get glued down. So we kind of totally switched this one up. And I love it. I think it turned out so fun. So let's flip this over and we will add our sentiments. So if you haven't gotten this set, I highly, highly recommend it. It is so cute and so fun. Like I will show you the first one I did for the Facebook Live, and then literally we just changed them all up and they look so much cuter. So put some adhesive on the back, and I'm definitely going over this ribbon because it is a little bit thicker than I usually use. Good evening, Teresa. Welcome. And having that piece of tear tape in the back will help hold it down as well. So there we go. Okay, so here is the first one that I did for tonight's live. Thought it was super cute, loved it. And then we decided to bring in some of the little faces and the cutie pie. This was the second one we did, and it actually opens from the other direction. And then this one I ultimately think is my favorite. Love it. I love the cutie pie. I love the little faces. I love that I didn't even look to see which way the stems were going. I love this one. I think this is the one that I will be sending to Lucas. So there you go. All using the Pick Up the Patch bundle. Let's bring in the punch. There's the punch. And for the little sentiment, I used the Cheerful Daisies. I used the sentiment right here, or the die for the sentiments. So there you go. Look how fun and cute these cards were to put together. And they were so easy. Literally took us no time at all to put all of these cards together. And I did chit chat a lot in the beginning, which I usually don't do. But thanks for letting me vent and get that off of my chest. It was quite fun. Okay, if you need anything, please feel free to reach out. If not, I will see everybody on Thursday for another live. And next Thursday, so I will be live this week, but next week is my daughter's rehearsal for her wedding because she gets married a week from Friday. So I will probably go live in the morning as long as she doesn't need me for anything, but we'll kind of play it by ear and keep in touch. So if you need anything at all, if you need any help ordering any of the product that I used tonight, definitely feel free to reach out. If not, I will see everybody on Thursday for another live. Chat with you soon. Bye bye.